St. Augustine Amateur was established in 2004 to promote the best expression of the game. So every year in October, St. John's Golf Club in Elkton, Florida, hosts amateur golfers with that goal in mind. The founding principles of the tournament say that this best expression of the game lies in high-level amateur competitions and the fellowship and sportsmanship attendant at such events. It is our vision to conduct an event which provides this experience for players, sponsors, volunteers, and all who come in contact with the St. Augustine Amateur. The tournament is a Golf Week Titleist rankings designated event, and the coveted rankings points that are up for grabs is one of the tournament's biggest draws. This year, 78 young men competed for those points.
We had this year over 150 people apply to play in the tournament. They are then selected by the committee, and those that are not selected have the option then of playing in a qualifier. So we had over 50 players playing in the pre-tournament qualifier. It took a score of 74 to make it into the final field.
The first day of the tournament was Friday, October 17th. The thick blanket of fog that settled on the greens canceled the 8 a.m. tee time, but not the tournament. The fog lifted by 10:30 and the tournament began with nearly perfect conditions. The amateurs tried to take advantage of the ideal weather, gunning for an early lead. Some had luck, and others did not. Eric Downs, a Flagler College golfer, is ready to take on the St. Augustine Amateur for the third time.
Our coach ran it, and he offered to give me a spot. Played it, and I enjoyed it my first year, so I kept going back.
Duke Butler, a Ponte Vedra local, was not pleased with his first round, but remained optimistic.
I shot 73. I'm pretty disappointed with today, but there's 2 more rounds to go, and anything can happen.
Last year's champion, Danny Evelyn, was glad to return to the tournament and looking for more ranking points.
I know how to play the holes, and it'll help me make a couple birdies here and there and maybe get back into the mix a little bit.
The St. Augustine Amateur also offers excellent hospitality with fruit and water stations at every hole, in addition to the clubhouse barbecue. Many of the on-course refreshment volunteers are very familiar with the course.
You can get in trouble in any of the holes out there. There's a lot of water, so you have to hit the ball straight, keep it in play. The rough is extremely gnarly. If you get in that, the ball buries in, and it's extremely hard to hit it out of there. So just stay, as they say, in the short grass in the fairway, and you should be all right.
Now it's time for Day 1's Ask the Amateurs. Every golfer uses some kind of mark to determine which ball is theirs. The question for today is, how do you mark your balls?
I went to the University of Florida. I just put an orange dot on it. I always put an orange dot on there.
I color over the tee and the tie.
I put a black line on half of the ball.
I draw just I have a red line. That's it.
I'll put a Roman numeral 3 on it for the third.
You put 2 dots by the number.
What do you want us to draw?
I don't know. Maybe like a picture of yourself.
That's
what I would do.
Takes some talent right there.
At the end of the first day, the leaderboard showed some good scores. Eduardo Chavez, a 17-year-old from California, landed the top spot of the day, taking an impressive 65 strokes.
I mean, I've been playing really well. I just kind of went out there and tried to keep it in the fairway and make some putts, and birdies just kind of happened, I guess.
But with 36 holes remaining, it's still anyone's game. October 18th, the second day of the tournament, brought in a new obstacle: wind. While not exactly ideal, it gave the amateurs a chance to prove their versatility. Some players even managed to improve upon their scores from day 1.
It kind of changes the feel of the round, but it's tough to stay in it whenever that happens. When there's a big, really big change in the weather like that, it makes it tougher to focus. Just really stick to your routine and really stick to what got you here and what you've been doing all day.
For some of the participants, this tournament was a first, and for others, it was their last amateur event before going pro.
I'm actually, the first tournament I'm playing is the Nationwide Tour qualifier on Monday, so the day after tomorrow, jumping right into it.
Most of the tournament's jobs are filled by volunteers. Their work is a huge contribution to the success of the St. Augustine Amateur.
Pretty much help anyway in the day-to-day operations. Mainly our job today is to be at the scorecard table and just double check the players' scores and final tallies.
Once again, it's time for Ask the Amateurs. Here on day 2, we'd like to know, what is your favorite golf movie?
My favorite golf movie? I'd have to say by far Tin Cup, Kevin Costner.
My favorite, I'm gonna have to say Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. For sure. Can't compete with Caddyshack.
Happy Gilmore.
Price is wrong.
Looks like it's Caddyshack by a landslide. The end of day 2 brought a complete rewriting of the leaderboard, with young MJ McGuire sliding into the lead, the day before his 16th birthday.
The current leader at -4, 136.
I just try to play against the course. I don't try to think about anyone out there.
October 19th, the last day of the St. Augustine Amateur, brought no reprieve from the wind. In fact, it just got worse. Pressure was heavy on the leaders, while other participants found today more relaxing. As the players hit the back 9, the clear competitors for the win were Julian Surrey, Zach Suker, and David Johnson. The course seemed to tease the players, bringing others like Jordan Hawley and Christopher Wolf strokes in the lead, only to push them back down in the rankings with one hole. As the end draws near, let's ask the amateurs if they have any weird superstitions or routines for when they golf.
Yeah, I always have to have a tee in my pocket, and I always need to be marking my ball with a quarter.
I have to have a quarter from the 1960s to mark my ball, because it's a good number. 60s, it's what the goal is.
I'm not superstitious, so it's just the same thing that you do over and over and over. I mean, you practice hours at a time, day in and day out, so you kind of have a habit of things. It becomes more of that.
In the end, Zach Suker was the one to take the title and the ranking points.
It was pretty good with all the wind that came out of the day, and I was happy. I knew a good score today would probably end up winning, so it was good. I ended up at 3 under for the week, shot 68 today.
Suker's name will only be the 5th to adorn the tournament cup. However, Chairman Jay Jemison believes there will be many more to come as the tournament continues to grow.
So we're very pleased with the field, and it continues to get stronger every year. And as far as the quality of players, probably the best ever.
The St. Augustine Amateur sponsors are a big part of that growth. The tournament is presented by the Rotary Club of St. Augustine. Despite the challenging weather, the 5th St. Augustine Amateur was a great success. Our congratulations go out to champion Zach Suker, along with sincere thanks to everyone that participated.